Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Fire Emblem Thracia 776 low Turncounts Ironman playthrough. I am Lolo Santonia, and I'm joined once again by my friend Ada.
Hello again.
And we're also joined by special guest Professor Bopper.
Hello, thank you for having me on.
Anytime. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you do?
I do videos here on YouTube. I've done a lot of Fire Emblem stuff in the past, as well. I've done a lot of Fire Emblem streams, and I assume I've been brought on for my deep expertise of Thracia 776.
Yes, truly a mastermind
So
of a race.
I've commentated the first part of this game maybe 4 times in my life, and this is number 5, so I'm excited for this again.
Yeah, your Ironmans, they were interesting.
Yeah, my Iron Man of this game went way worse than my blind playthrough that was mostly an Iron Man, and so that gives me all I need to know about this game. So I'm excited to see what's in store
Of course.
for this run.
For those of you who missed last episode, the notable things that happened, we had some pretty bad Turncounts in order to stay safe. Marka ended up dying in Chapter 4X due to some unfortunate enemy stat rolls, and we have an incredible Asbel. Asbel has gotten incredibly lucky, which is very important for this run due to how significant of a unit he is. Many low Turncount players, when they get good luck in their runs, they will not adapt to it. They will play as though they got bad luck just to show how they planned for it. This run, however, is an Ironman, and in the spirit of that, I will be adapting my strategy forward in reaction to this incredible Asbel and some of the stuff that he makes possible.
So, just as the first few chapters were essentially linear siege maps with a couple of side objectives, and then the manster arc was very heavily combat-oriented escape maps, we're now moving into a section of mostly movement-oriented maps, where we need to get units around without facing much combat, ideally.
And to make these movement-based maps more exciting and more dynamic, we're now starting to get a lot of our characters with mounts. In the previous indoor maps, characters like Brighton and Fergus and Karen were not able to do anything. Were not able to use their full mounted movement. They were footlocked. Now they have mounts, which gives us access to tools like Canto and Rescue, and with Karen, our first flyer in the game.
Yes, Karen will be incredibly useful in this chapter and many others in the playthrough. An unfortunate effect of Marka's death in Chapter 4X is that our deployment order in this chapter and the next is actually changed from what it would normally be had we just left Dalston as we did. As a result, I've had to replan the strategy. I thought it would be sort of against the spirit of the Ironman to actually play the chapter. So what I did was I opened up the game to take a screenshot of my deployment and then counted tiles and planned out the full chapter in GIMP.
Alright, so on turn 2 player phase, we're going to dump off Nana here into enemy territory. She needs to take care of that soldier in 2 rounds of combat. A unit that we will recruit on the 3rd turn will be able to help out, and it's a unit I'm very excited for.
Ooh, the Hicks.
Yes,
We
I love picks.
Does that Lithis move star do anything?
Unfortunately, I can't really do anything about that. I could have potentially, like if I had him here, I could unlock the door on this turn, but I would have had to have known in advance. So I'll just have to end turn there. Oh, yeah, again, I planned out this entire strategy using GIMP, so I was worried there might be some things that I wouldn't anticipate. This soldier is one of them. I wasn't remembering that he might get in the way. That's kind of unfortunate, but we should be able to work around that. At the worst, we'll be losing a turn.
Some of the houses here are unlocked for visit by saving civilians in Chapter 4X. Some of them have pretty good items that we want.
Yeah, some of these villages, such as the ones on the west here, are quite far out of the way, which makes it very useful that we got a unit like Karen now, who can fly over terrain which would normally really impede other units. I was so worried for a second when I accidentally double clicked that it would take away my action because I really want to get this life ring.
That would be unfortunate to
It would be unfortunate.
miss out on all that HP. Well, there's nothing more fun than adapting to adversity, so maybe just put the life ring back in there for fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll be working for a 9 turn or something. Okay, this is quite fortunate actually. Never underestimate the hit apparently, because he can just one-shot this dude if he manages to get that 80 hit. Hell yeah.
Good work, Hick.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know how good Hicks will be in a low turn count context.
He will technically be a
is the
unit.
Yeah, because the LTCs I've seen of this game have never really used him, but maybe this is just because we've all been missing out on a new tech that we're about to discover right here.
We've definitely
We're
been missing
one-shotting
out,
soldiers.
but I cannot promise Brighton screen time in the future. But I will not deny that we have absolutely, as a community, we have been missing out.
Yes. With Brighton, to be fair, I always forget. Like, I'm surprised every time I play the game. I'm like, oh, Brighton's in this game. I forgot. But Hicks, I always anticipate. So.
This chapter we will be working to a pretty easy 7 turn, but it can be delayed to an 8 turn. Okay, good. We're getting a 7 turn. Basically, Karen will be facing enemy phases against 2 knights on this chapter in total, and they do have the ability to 2-hit KO her. In a typical LTC, you would kind of just be seeing that as around a 10% chance of death, and so if she gets hit by the first one, you still just kind of go for it, and if she gets hit again, you reset. In this case, however, that's not really an option, so what we do instead is if she gets hit by this fast Armonite, then she simply has to take an extra turn on this tile she's about to approach, where she would be safe. She would take turn 5 player phase, if I'm remembering right. Yes, turn 5 player phase, and she would just use a vulnerary to get back to full health.
And right there, as we can see with Karen, you ended the turn right there on top of with Thicket. I've never stuck Karen right there. It looks scary, but it is completely safe.
It does look scary. Fortunately, the Thicket tiles are completely intraversible by footlocked units. Sorry, by non-airborne units. And so, even though there are many 2-range enemies, such as this guy has a bow, which could do probably one-shot Nana, she is completely safe here. None of the enemies can reach and attack her.
And it's with this that we can see, I think, the versatility that flyers bring, because
yes, definitely.
With how, if you're going for a 7 turn, or an 8 turn, or a please survive turn on this map, Karen being able to move around into any terrain and to go over the houses opens up a lot more of this map and its treasure to be obtained, because I would imagine otherwise, trying to return this, there's probably no way to get some of those villages over there on the left.
What's worth noting is that a strategy you can do, and a valid strategy at that, is you can just take Asbel and all of these enemies here, you can just have him barrel through and you can march your way down to this escape point instead of this one where most of our units will be going. Doing such a strategy, I believe it's possible to actually save a turn, and I'm sure it would make it easier to visit these villages here. But this would be while the experience would be nice, it's an unnecessary level of combat, so we prefer to just avoid it. Something we kind of
At
glossed
this point,
over.
Asbel
Oh, sorry.
doesn't need the experience, right?
Not exceptionally. Asbel appreciates any stats that he can get, but especially with the Asbel that we have right now, he's kind of hit every threshold that he actually has to get for the rest of the game. The only notable threshold which could help him is if he got 2 more magic by chapter 17 to help with a more reliable boss kill, but that's not really necessary considering that he can still get there with a magic boost, which we'll have multiple means of achieving later in the game.
This specific 7-turn strategy is actually made possible by Asbel's early move level. He's able to visit the supply store and still get in range to be rescued by the rest of the team, so he doesn't fall behind.
Yes, Nana is about to rescue Asbel here, which will be, because he's quite far behind the rest of our group, rescuing Asbel will get him right back to the front so that he can escape in time with everyone else.
Karen is about to retrieve the Paragon manual, which would basically let us use a unit to gain double XP for the rest of the run. Usually, in an LTC context, this goes to Safy, because it helps her level up quickly to get her skill and promote quickly. We have other plans.
We have other plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so right here, the village that Karen is visiting is going to give us the odd scroll. This is a very important scroll for reliability in this run because it gives plus 30% skill growth. Safy, who we will get back soon into our party, will need to take advantage of that in order to get up to 10 skill, which will make it so that all of her staff uses will be guaranteed to hit. I believe that it'll become 75% skill growth that she'll have with the odd scroll.
Sorry, there are definitely some points in this playthrough where messing with the staff could just kind of... It's something you can't really play around, but it would be pretty catastrophic if you were to miss. Here we should be lined up to easily get a 7-turn. Again, this chapter I had to revise entirely without actually playing the map. I do think that these kinds of chapters, which are entirely based on optimizing your movement and just counting all the tiles, I do think they're incredibly fun. And some of the easiest maps to low turn, they're very satisfying to pull together. They feel kind of like little puzzles. Make sure who has leaf, so I don't... That'd be kind of bad.
I mean, it's not just staff misses that could be disastrous to this run. I guess there's other things that could go horribly wrong.
There is definitely room for human error.
I guess with these movement chapters, the less combat means the less, risks you have to take, right?
Absolutely.
Once you've solved it, you've solved it.
Yeah. It really is the kind of chapter where you can quote-unquote solve it. Which, in a playthrough like this, yeah, we appreciate that. Anyway, that's chapter 6, pretty comfortably in 7 turns.
What a chill time.
What a chill time. Oof. Okay, fill you in. On chapter 2X, you see Shiva. Towards the end of the chapter.
The notes.
Yeah, you see the notes, yeah.
Yeah.
We kill the fuck out of Shiva.
Usually, going down the right side valley on this map, there's a group of Myrmidons led by Shiva. They're notably absent because we killed him ages ago. In chapter 2X,
yes,
he was brutally slain by Avel. Like everyone else, ever. So because of that, there is literally no combat needed for... It's literally a walk down the valley.
Yes, normally it would be Shiva and a group of like 7 or 8 Myrmidons, but if you kill Shiva, then neither him nor anybody else actually appears. So, the same way that the previous map was entirely based on movement with a little bit of combat, this one more so. There is actually 0 combat to be seen.
Yeah. So this map, in these circumstances, it's just a vibe. Another
just
group a
vibe.
of people that's vibing isn't just us, but we also have these bandits off to the left. Now, I've personally never fought them, and in the context of saving turns, it would not really behoove us to go out of our way to fight them. I don't know if anyone's ever done a specifically Thracia LTC, but you fight the bandits on the left side of Chapter 7 run. But they're just going to be hanging out there. That's where we're going to leave them.
Yeah, like if you don't go over there, then I mean they don't bother you, we don't bother them. It's kind of fine.
Do you think they know that the Myrmidons aren't here today? Do you think they were like expecting to be hanging out with the Myrmidons?
Ada, I'm gonna be real. I don't think they knew to begin with.
If the deep lore ever gets revealed and it turns out these guys are like big Shiva fans, I will be shocked.
Yeah.
We're gonna start writing fanfic about the Chapter 7 bandits.
Oh,
You know, these are untapped arenas.
I wrote in my document that Finn goes here and he mounts. I'm like almost certain that's a typo. I don't think he can traverse the mountains while he's mounted. I'm pretty sure I meant dismount. That'd be kind of unfortunate to miss
I'm
that,
like
because I think that'd be a turn loss.
I'm like 100,000,000% sure he can't traverse
Yeah,
these mountains otherwise.
that'd be kind of bad.
I have made the mistake of getting locked in that situation after being like, Finn can take these bandits. He's got the Brave Lance. What can go wrong?
Yeah, you've been
We don't
there,
spit
huh?
in the face of +10 luck in this household.
So I am somewhat diverging to the existing strategy I had, because Mark is gone. It's largely unaltered though. It's reasonable that I might be able to mess up somewhat, but it should be pretty easy. I should be able to hit the time count we want. I'll just have to count tiles along the way to make sure.
I feel like if this chapter gets messed up, since it's like the first and probably only map in this game with 0 RNG elements.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're wrong. We actually have a couple more.
A couple more that are 100% like,
Yeah, 0
you never
RNG.
have any chance.
Nothing.
Okay, that's pretty banger. But this
Yeah.
one especially, because it's just a hallway, we can make fun of you if you mess this one up. That'd be pretty funny.
Hey, I can't just follow instructions. I've got to
Yeah,
I gotta adapt a little bit.
yeah.
For the
I mean,
content.
I don't know. I'll be surprised when when the big reveal is that this wasn't an LTC the whole time and we just started arena grinding.
I mean, hey, you gotta hit those as-built benchmarks somehow.
Yeah.
Who you got? You got Lethus? Yeah, that's it. That's kind of big.
Because at this point we have an Asbel that's built for reliability, but we need him to be built for style. We need to send a message. Get him in the arena.
Here we have the first actual threat in this chapter, with perhaps the largest quotation marks you've ever seen. In a normal playthrough, you could actually stand on that tile where that paladin is, and normally you would be seeing reinforcements from the top of the map for a while, and they would kind of pincer you against the Myrmidons. Instead, you can block this boss, and then you will only get these first 3 Cavaliers, and all the others will not appear. Some people would recommend this. I would not. I genuinely believe this chapter is really fun if you just play it straight. I feel like the pincer attack between the calves and the Myrmidons, I do think it, while it's pretty lax, it does provide enough incentive to play a little bit riskier.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I think a lot of maps in this game, especially at this stage in the game, excel at, is that you do have to do a lot of risk taking. Nothing like super severe. Like there's not a whole lot of do or die, but there's a lot of, I don't know, I feel like a lot of these chapters give me analysis paralysis a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. It's exciting to feel stressed out and unsure. But because enemies in this game, still even those guys are fairly weak, and Hicks has the poleaxe, like, it usually ends up working itself out pretty well.
Unfortunately, I'm not quite that good at this game, so I hadn't considered the epic Hicks poleaxe strategies in this chapter before.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yes, maybe
that you know about them,
I will be grinding Hicks here.
Yeah. I mean, now that you know them, your turn counts are going to be shaved off like nothing else. It's going to get crazy.
Yeah. That tile that... I'm not sure if that's Hicks or Brighton. One of the axe dudes. That tile that he's standing on, he is actually... Hicks is exact movement away from the escape point of this chapter, where he can escape 3 turns from now, allowing us to hit a 6-turn floor.
Yeah. And I think a map like this is actually a good opportunity to appreciate the options that mounts give you, because you can see how all of the subtle intricacies with rescue dropping, all of these different characters that you've got, like Karen right here, dismounting, subtle things can make huge differences overall.
We kind of didn't mention it. We have Safy back now. Here she is. We love to see her. She's gonna be doing a couple things in this playthrough.
Decently relevant.
A little bit.
You know, I wouldn't expect too much action, but
no. After all, she does not have 10 skills, so can we really rely?
She does not. No.
You know what? Sure. Nana made it out of alive. Out of Manster alive. She can talk to her dad. She can have a little chat. I love all the conversations in this game.
This is the first dialogue we've read this run.
Yeah. I forgot. I really wanted to read the chapter 2, one of the chapter 2 villages, because he just says, well, thanks for pissing off the pirates, you dick. Which, like you may think is hyperbole, surprisingly accurate.
Here come more map decorations.
More map decorations. We didn't talk about growth at all. Fuck. Alright, so I meant to talk about growth rates and our approach to them in this playthrough here, but I ended up forgetting, so I figured I would do it as post-commentary now and make it a bit snappy. So there's a trend in low turn and other hardcore corners of the community to be pretty pessimistic about your growth rates. This is something of a reaction to the obsession many beginner players have with growth rates and nothing else. But likewise, you could argue that some players, as a result, have sort of underestimated the value of growth rates. In the FE6 ETC playthrough by Valk, for example, the guest of last episode, he uses a patch which gives units the lower 10th percentile stats. That is to say, a unit will not level strength, or any other stat for that matter, until they have a 90% chance of having done so by their current level. In an intricately planned playthrough, such as an ETC, with such a focus on reliability, it's really understandable to want to mitigate the reliance on something as random as growth rates, but I would still argue that this is maybe a bit too far. While 90% sounds like a pretty appropriate threshold for reliability, the lower 10th percentile is assumed for all stats and on all units, and the chance of getting that unlucky on even a single unit is incomprehensibly low. A unit may be unlucky in one area, but no stats exist in a vacuum, so while you may have bad defense, that could be compensated for by having good health. Due to this, we assume a little bit more of our units in this playthrough, and we adapt to any good luck that we get, like our Asbel, of course. And I understand that it's easy to say this sitting on the back of a buffed up Asbel, but really the luck that we got is not by any means necessary. Our Asbel strats are completely functional, even with a pretty unlucky Asbel. Having the luck that we got simply increases our reliability and allows us to change our strategies later. This is by no means a slight against Velk. I'm a huge fan of his work, and it was a huge pleasure to have him on. I simply think it's important to express how, in practice, growth rates can often be relied on more than you might expect. In an Odin-based clear of Conquest Chapter 13, Zoran has an excellent video in which he explores his philosophy on growth rates and why he uses averages in his strategies. I'd highly suggest going and checking out that video. He goes into much further detail on exactly what I'm talking about and gives in-context examples. Anyway, I'll leave it back to live commentary now for Chapter 8. See ya. Alright, Chapter 8. Time to buy some goddamn dorkies. I'll probably just be cutting all the preps out. My internet's definitely going through it a little bit, but I think we just kind of have to do what we can. Let's just get this chapter started. If you guys want to talk about...
Stream's not exactly...
Fuck.
Yeah, stream is going great right now.
Spinning blue squares.
God, this is
This spinning blue squares.
Tearing Saga loading I'm seeing right now.
Fuck. Oh, shit. Fuck. I forgot to sell... Oh, shit. I needed to sell stuff for door keys. Fuck. What can I do? I can capture dudes. I can get a bit of cash. Fuck, that sucks. I can sell your steel lens.
This is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
It hasn't been remotely this bad so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is.
If you guys hadn't heard,
I'm looking
I was
at
meant
the
to.
map from VC text. Lolo's insane scribbling as everything collapses.
You were meant to...
Yeah, I forgot to sell shit for door keys. I was meant to sell like 3,000 gold worth of shit.
Uh-huh. What kind of problems does that cause?
In Thracia, door keys are a little bit important. A little bit. Do I have a chance to...
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
Wait, so
Okay, so like, the situation is, I forgot to buy door keys. Well, like, I forgot to sell stuff so that I can buy door keys. I meant to sell 3,000 gold worth of stuff. This kind of brings up an interesting situation of like, do we allow a reset? Like, that's such a small thing on preparations. I'm kind of
I would
to
reset.
it. I think I do think that's fair enough to reset there.
Yeah, I would reset because I think the appeal of this run is like, what do you do when the RNG goes bad?
That's the thing.
Not what
like
do you do when misclick on preps?
Yeah.
Because that's no fun.
In another scenario, if I forgot to buy door keys in like chapter 12, that wouldn't be so bad because I have enough warp leniency that I can buy extra door keys. I'm pretty sure I would be able to buy extra door keys in chapter 22. But like here, I need door keys for chapter 11, and like this, I think is the last place where I can buy them before then. I might be able to in chapter 10, but like, it's not what anyone's watching for. I'm just gonna reset.
No.
And if you think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a to run,
Reset.
then I mean, what are you gonna do? On a brighter note, it seems my connection's better right now. If you guys
Yeah.
have
Hell yeah.
yeah,
The stream is here.
the stream
And that-
exists.
That means a lot.
That we can
yeah.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have cash now. We can buy fucking door keys
Mhm.
and not take a million tons in chapter 11 and have everyone fucking die to
Mhm.
Bellicitations.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
So, going into chapter 8, we absolutely must get Safy to 10 skill before the end, because otherwise she can miss a crucial staff action and end the run. in a variety of scenarios. We're going to grind her level by having her tank hits, basically, in the same way as we did in Chapter 3. If she doesn't hit the benchmark quick enough, then we will basically have to delay for a few turns, because we genuinely can't afford to have her leave here without 10 skill.
Yeah, it's rare that you find situations where missing with the staff would genuinely lose the run there and then. But there are situations where it could be quite catastrophic, and it could end up just losing more turns than you're spending here to ensure that she hits that 20 skill. Time to break commandments. I have faith.
That's something we can talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
One thing you could theoretically do if you're trying to grind up Safy, and I love this, is that you can rig Hamern misses. Grab some free 10 EXP, you know. That's staff experience, that's valuable stuff right there. And you can exchange it for nothing if you rig it. Now, because of how, well, we'll say dangerous that is for this kind of run where we use the cards we're dealt, I don't think that's a risk that you're going to be taking along, if I'm not mistaken. Or are you gonna be living dangerously here with the Hamern staff?
I mean, to be fair, and this will come up more later, due to some good Asbel luck, I spent this entire day just thinking about and writing about Thracia. And, you know, I have, perhaps bad practice, but in the middle of this Ironman, I have been replanning my short and long-term strategy, what with staves and whatnot. And, you know, it might be possible that I think I could, like, do roughly the same route and actually save a Hamern use. Normally that would mean you would get one fewer warp staff than normal, but I could, like, just save a use of Hamern. And so, I mean, if I wanted to, then, like, yeah, I could just pop Hamern and get a fat 10 weapon experience.
No. So it's not living dangerously until you, for that second Hamern use, is what you're saying.
Yes. What's quite unfortunate is that Asbel failed to kill an enemy. I think that would have been more consistent if I gave him Thunder, actually. We positioned Safy such that she should have been facing... hello, Marty. She should have been facing an enemy on turn 1. One of these archers should have been able to attack her, one and only one, which she can live safely. That will be her approach to grinding in this chapter. These archers here, they have bows, and so they can't capture her or anything. So we don't have to body block her or anything. We can just have them try and attack her. It is fortunate that Asbel was hit by one of those Venenaxes, because that means he's poisoned. And as a result of status effects like poison lasting the entire map in Thracia, we know that on every single turn now, Safy will have a target whom she can heal. That's useful to get a little bit more experience, and also because in addition to promotion, which gives her a full staff rank, she does still need to get 10 weapon experience. That Hamern use is looking mighty tasty.
Well, if all else fails, we'll keep the Hamern use in the back pocket, I think.
Yeah, let's fuck him up.
So in this map, we're doing a great job of...
We got Marty, hello! We're gonna sound the fuck out of him. A little quirk about this game. I don't know fully how it works, but for example in this map, disarmed enemies will try to run to the vendor and buy themselves an axe. Which I think is cool.
Will they be successful?
No, because this dude's on top of the armory, so Marty's just gonna be standing here.
Well, I guess if that guy were dead, could Marty actually buy an axe?
I believe so.
And with enough patience, could you turn that into like an infinite gold factory?
I think so. But we will not be doing that in this low turn count playthrough.
I'm taking notes for my high time count.
Yeah, so as if
No.
sick ass Orson, Asbel movement level wasn't enough on his first level. Orson managed to get a movement level on, I think, his second. So, yeah, we're doing pretty hot right now.
Knowing that this entire thing is planned out, very specifically, seeing these physic uses here just makes me sick. I know it's gonna be fine.
I mean, the thing about staff experience in this game is it is determined by the rank of the staff that you use. If Safy were to use heal, which is E rank, she would gain one staff rank. One staff experience. If she were to use a D rank, such as mend, she would gain 2. Physic is C rank, so she actually gains 3, which is real nice.
Okay. At some point, make sure to physic from one range then to really bother people.
I plan on it.
The plan is 3 physics on a heal then.
Yeah, that's generally how you can get there. Or there's another option.
That's true.
3 physics on a home earn.
I mean, imagine what you could do with all the extra at Graph Caliber.
Right? I might just earn that Graph Caliber. Okay, Callion, show off. We're not really doing anything with that. He's Callion. To tell you a bit about Callion, he joined the map at the beginning of the chapter, and I forgot to talk about him. That's Callion.
I will ask then, so I assume that means Callion here will see a lot of action.
Yeah,
in this run.
Boss killer in this playthrough.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll...
Really good at piercing that 10 thrown bonus.
He can kill Veld. I've seen him do it, so that means he's the most efficient way to do it.
I mentioned earlier Velk's low turn count TAS of this game. It's a triple S rank TAS. And of course you have some funny stuff you can do if you're raiding every single level. Something funny is that the final boss kill is you don't actually kill him. Valk stole the his only 1-2 range weapon with Tina's thief staff. And then after that he had Lara capture Veld. Which I think is just swell.
That's amazing. Now, in a run like this that is hyper dependent on reliability like I've never seen before, I assume our good friend Martin that we just recruited is going to be brilliant.
You just call him Martin?
With his 0 skill.
That's some skill. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hello, Martin.
Martin Fire
some
Emblem.
respect in him. Like, we're not.
Alright, let's use that life ring.
Did he give a little speech there about, oh, he doesn't recognize me? I have to make a getaway.
Yeah. He's just trying to get by. He sees Olsen, he's like, he's gonna trash me beside him.
Sounds blue.
Yeah, he gets that paint on him.
Yeah. I'm glad you managed to recruit him safely, though. Last time I played this game, Marty killed
himself on someone.
Jesus.
Which was very, but, yeah.
I'm hoping that from these 2 enemies... Yeah, Orson should be able to promote, because this one's level 10. Orson has a point by which he would like to promote. Speaking of, here Finn is going to show our first promotion of the game. Promotions in Thracia vary from pretty good to kind of insane. Finn's promotion is... I'd say it's a fairly good one. It's not exceptional, but it gets some real nice bonuses. He doesn't see a whole lot in this playthrough, but honestly, neither do most units. Some of the boosts he gets, such as the boosts to skill and defense, they can be really useful for the few instances where we do use him.
Yeah. Did we miss anything when Wi-Fi was going?
Not really, I don't think. We of course get the, like, 4,000 gold luck ring. Never gonna use that. I don't know that anyone ever uses the luck ring.
There's
You
no
ever-
1%
you ever used
credits you want to
the,
block?
Hey Bopper, do you ever use, like, luck stat boosters?
Yes.
You
I
do?
feel bad selling stat boosters, so I
Yeah.
always use all of them. I think I've used my favorite luck stat boosters in the series are definitely conquests. I love getting that nice +4
Yeah.
and then dropping
Yeah,
3
you
goddess
have a-
icons on Arthur and then him still having negative crit avoid.
Yeah. I forget, Oh, fuck yeah, that's actually a really good miss. Because, because I want Orson to get level 10.
Safy? Okay.
Yeah, try it. Fucking try attacker. Hell yeah.
Oh, he's so bad. He's so
Wait,
bad.
break the
He's
vine.
Thracia. I mean, okay, like the poison, but
What
oh
attack do
no,
you have?
he's calculated
Wait,
this out
yeah, I've got to
perfectly.
heal. Fuck. Because I haven't promoted Asbel. He can't use heal. So I have to take... Fuck. Okay, yeah, it's getting a little bit sloppy, I'll be real. But we'll get there. This is turn 4. You can normally, like, get a pretty comfortable 4-turn on this chapter, I believe. But again, like, we have to grind Safy. It's super important. So we just take a little bit longer. We take our time. I'll see how much experience I can get on Orson by fucking up this dude. Hell yeah. Because if I feel he can... Nah, he's not gonna reach level 10 with the other dude. But maybe I can do it over 2 phases. Ah! This Orson's nice.
Ooh.
Movement. Ah. I think Orson can hit level 10 by, What hit rate do you have? Okay, I'm thinking way too greedy. I need to promote Asbel, and then... And really, I should have promoted Asbel earlier, and then he gains access to heal state. Or I can heal with Nana. Do I?
Don't you lose a ton either way?
The thing is, I really want to capture this boss, because he has, not only does he have a Master Seal, the rest of his inventory sells for like 4,500 gold. It's sick. But yeah, I do like some Leaf and Nana support to help me, like, not just actually supporting Finn, but like, you know, they can do some chip damage to help score that kill. I think I'll go for it. I think I'll heal. I might go for the greed blank level. Love to see it. I might go for the greed and get that Asbel level. No, he's fine. He's fine. He's so good right now. Don't need it. I'll promote Asbel. Okay, I'll heal with Safy. There we go. Sorry, with Nana. Otherwise, Safy had to use a vulnerary, which is not good. Because now she can use Physic. And this is really helping her out. She needs that staff rank. No! Please, I need you getting skill!
Ooh. And we are at 8 currently.
Yeah, was it? No, it's 7. So we need 2 more.
Oh.
Because she gets 1 from a promotion.
She gets 1 from
She's
promotion.
+1 on
Yeah.
promotion. Okay.
But that's really unfortunate. Because she also has to promote in this chapter. If I remember right. Yeah, she needs to promote because she wants to, like, be making use of the A rank staves in, at the start of the next chapter we see her. Anyway, so I mentioned the stat boosters are either pretty good
44
or
HP.
fantastic. Yeah, he's pretty good. Asbel's really starting to come into his own. Oh my fucking god, Asbel. He's so sick.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
So good.
What are those promos?
Yeah. He's so good, dude. Look at that 9 defense on Asbel, my squishy little mage. That is putting in the work with the +4 from promotion, the +2 from the shield ring, which he used this chapter. And not only that, he just got lucky as hell and he got 3 defense. It was like 15% growth. Yeah, 10%. God, this Asbel's fucked up.
I think he's at Sed's bases.
Almost. I think Sed has 16 magic. He might have lower in 4x. But yeah, he's
Sed
about
has 17.
This fucking Asbel. Honestly, like this is kind of the average Asbel experience.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna give him that 4,000 gold. Fuck yeah, Asbel, you deserve it.
Every time I play this game, I'm like, I'm not gonna use Asbel this time because I've seen what it does to this game. But then you can't stop him.
You can't stop him. He's good for no
Well,
reason.
you can stop him. I mean, I did have him die in 4x once. The movement star while he was still a green unit.
The run can just fucking end if he procs a movement star and overextends and you get unlucky. But like, it can happen. It happened in testing. I was pissed. I was like, God, I'm not gonna lose a run like that. Please. You can't do me like that. What you got for me, Orson? Attacker 1 range for that disrespect. We'll turn on animations for a funny crit guy. Bonk.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's literally okay. No problem, buddy.
So now he should hit level 10 on the guy down there,
dude,
right?
Yeah.
Fairly easily.
He didn't actually need to hit level 10, but like, he appreciates it for sure.
So how big of a deal is Finn's promotion in the immediate
promotion,
future?
You have a Master Seal. Finn doesn't really need the promotion necessarily, but he really appreciates it. And like, you know, not many other units are really taking advantage of the Master Seal like he is. Safy, please. Just get skill, dude. I believe. I'm a believer. Let no one tell you otherwise. I am a believer.
Come on.
There's the prophesied physic use at 1 range.
Yeah, I did. That was heal, but I think I did do the physic 1 range before.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway, yeah. Asbel's a bad unit. He eats up 4,000 gold right there. Why would you do that to me?
Yum.
But yeah, we do use the luck ring on Asbel. I'll kind of like justify this a bit more later, but like, yeah, I'm serious. Absolutely, we use that luck ring on Asbel.
Is it for crit
Reliability
rate?
is my passion.
No, it doesn't.
No, you don't get crit from it in this game. But you do get hit and avoid. And like, literally any additional stat with Asbel, please give me. So yeah,
It's just
Finn's,
excessive force.
Finn's not doing too hot here. He's not doing too much. He kind of relies on crits to get this capture. But I mean, it looks like we might be here a fucking while anyway. So I don't think we have to worry too much. Alright, shit, fine, I'll admit it. I fucked up here. I fucked up here pretty bad. Man, I took so long here. We end up taking 10 turns here. 2 higher than my like super generous expected turn count, blowing the entire lead I had against those expected turn counts. I was getting trashed in voice. Bopper said, "You suck at Fire Emblem. I'd never want to speak to you again. Please edit me out of the video. I hate you, Lolo." I might misremember some of that. But whatever. A scuffed chapter demands some pretty scuffed commentary, so I'm just going to record this quickly after getting out of the rain. So what went wrong here? Here I was trying to capture the boss with Finn. I was needing him to crit at some point, dealing a whole lot more damage with Thracia's crits. And that would mean I could take his inventory, which sells for a whole lot. So that's really nice. I admittedly did get pretty unlucky here. I had a lot of chances to crit with Finn, and I don't remember the exact stats, but having not crit in as many hits as I had was really unlucky. Not to mention that Safy was refusing to get skill for so long. But there was a really easy solution to this, and I really should have just gone for that. So normally you would be able... The problem here is that you cannot safely chip the boss down once he's a bit below his full health with Nana or Leaf, because there's the chance that they could just randomly crit and do way more damage and kill him instead of letting you capture him. And of course, that's no good for us. What you can do, however, is you can have Lithis around the gate, and you can have him use the steal command against the boss, which isn't necessarily just for taking an enemy's items. Functionally, it's kind of just like activating the trade command with an enemy. And so what you can do is you can activate steal with the boss to give him a Crusader scroll. That makes him immune to critical hits, and so you can safely chip him down, knowing exactly how much damage you're going to do, and then finish him off with just regular hits from Finn. And then, of course, because you capture him, you can take the Crusader scroll back. To kind of give some context as to whatever I was thinking here, again, I planned most of this playthrough in reverse. I planned it from endgame back to the first chapter, and around when I got here, I felt it would be good to start planning chronologically, so from chapter 1 up to here, so that I would know, for example, like how much experience Safy would have by now and how much she would need in this chapter. What that meant is that by this point, I was, like, to an extent, rushing some of the strategies, and so I wasn't, like, going as hard on the stats, figuring out exactly what is safest or quickest. This chapter in particular, I was kind of just going by feel, and I felt like, yeah, Finn's gonna be fine, and he wasn't. But yeah, it was a really easy fix that I should have just gone for. Also, there was, of course, Safy. She was getting very unlucky with skill levels, but again, this can also be fixed. You can give her the Paragon manual instead of the unit who we're giving it to later, and then she can get a whole lot more levels. The unit we do give the Paragon manual later doesn't necessarily need it, so yeah, I could have totally done that. At the end of this chapter, we also see Dagda. This is why we abandoned Tanya in those first few chapters. Normally, after this chapter, if you capture the boss, you will go to chapter 8X, where you have to go through an entire chapter where you get Dagda and Tanya. But instead, because we don't have Tanya, we just get Dagda here instead. Anyway, I'll leave it off to chapter 9. See ya. You guys know much about chapter 9, Lotan? you know our plan here?
I've seen it, and it's cursed, and I hate this map. This is probably this and chapter 5 are probably my 2 least favorite maps in the game.
Oh yeah? You're not a fan?
Oh, I love this kind of stuff.
You love this map?
Yeah. I believe characters are resources.
Characters are indeed resources. God bless you, you saints. Fuck. Wait, no, I'm not abandoning Lara. I'll take that back.
I saw the mouse. This is great. I don't like this.
You might want to shield your eyes, Bopper. I'm
like
sorry.
This?
I'm sorry, dude.
I see Hicks being sacrificed. This is not okay.
No,
Who would you rather sacrifice?
He's okay. He's just gonna go
I don't
to
know,
the
like
farm.
Ronan or
He's-
something. Like Hicks is
he's-
here.
He's running off to the barn. He's gonna run around with all the other axe knights.
Deploy Ronan, and then Ronan moves.
We're sending him to the Axe Knight farm.
Yeah.
Ronan moves star.
He'll have a lot more space to run around with other axe knights. Anyway, whatever. Let's do this easy map. Let's clean up for the day. There's really not a whole lot to talk about here. Yeah, everything there is to say about this map I kind of said on preps. We'll just be rescue and leave all the way to the other dudes.
Now we do get four very
we do.
powerful
Yeah, there is something to
characters
talk
here.
We get a Master Seal and the Scrub Squad. These units are kind of affectionately known as the Scrub Squad because they're sort of just generic dudes. You know, they're mounted units. They're not very good. They're like, they have low bases and pretty good growths, but like stats aren't really a huge deal in Thracia. So like,
They got
like
big.
they're one step removed from being actual faceless generic units.
Yeah.
Selphina, however, she's quite interesting. She has a Master Seal on her, which is much appreciated. Additionally, she has B bows, which will come into play later. We will actually see some use of Selphina in this playthrough, which I think is neat. I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah.
I have a
go
really
ahead.
important question, Bopper.
Yes.
Albert or Kane?
Which one's better?
No, not which one's better. Which one is going to fucking prison?
Which one's gonna go to prison?
Which one goes
Well,
to prison? Frame
okay.
one.
I think we should keep Kane. Because
You think we should keep Kane?
Yeah, because
Latias
Kane
likes Kane.
has the best character artwork in the game.
Yeah, a lot of
He just
people do
does.
be simping for Kane. That's true.
Yeah. And I am. I'm a big Kane simp. Albo just looks like a generic. So does Robert.
Shout out to
there.
Robert, the fucking.
I think you
robust.
should get Kane captured because
Make your case.
because he's wrong. Bopper's
Because he's
wrong.
wrong.
He looks boring.
He looks boring. Okay, but have you seen his official art?
He looks boring.
I would go and search
Yeah,
that up. He does have a lot of.
I'm looking up the official artwork.
He has more personality.
his official art
than
is like
in-game.
kind of spicy. Yeah.
I do see people simping for Kane, which is like the most Kagafan shit I've ever seen.
Why is he doing that?
Yeah, right?
Okay,
I
fine.
think
Fine, he
it's
lives.
a little unusual. It looks a bit seductive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is he
No,
like
no, he's spicy. Like this is, we are. You know what? Maybe he should be the one who goes to jail. I could see a very
I'm sorry, that's-
different Fire
that's a
Maybe
Emblem
bit
he's into
late.
that.
That's a
than
bit late.
so.
We've kind of already committed. Albert, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
So, I don't know.
there's a common trend among like fans of some of these older Fire Emblem games that like some people will just find some random fucking dude who has like 2 lines of dialogue and latch onto them and like, you know, I would lay down my life for Ralph Fire Emblem. I'm just gonna say it. Without
So Ralph
hesitation.
is your
I adore him.
Ralph is who you're gonna go to battle for.
I'm gonna be real. Like my channel, my YouTube channel has been like until now, until this series, it has been just strictly my music stuff. I might fuck around and actually just make Ode to Ralph. I
Like,
might
is
do
it
it.
is
I have
music or is
words.
this gonna be a?
No, like just a video talking about Ralph. I have words to say. The word.
This is
world
your
must hear my
thesis.
tale. Yeah. But yeah, like I see people who like who really like Kane and Albert, and they're like I feel like they're the epitome of that. They're just dudes.
Mhm. Yeah. Did they have any dialogue? Other than their escape quotes and
They
death
have
quotes.
escape, they have death, they have like little flavor text at the end. That might actually be it though.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, to
that's
be
it.
fair, they have more than Violent and Rocher. who
Yeah.
Are probably the supreme case of. I mean, I guess they literally are the archetype for
I mean,
Cain and
until,
Albert, is Violent
like-
and Rocher.
Until FE3. But like, yeah, in FE1, like they ain't got shit.
And in Shadow Dragon, they only have.
Yeah.
They might not even have. Do they even have death quotes in FE1? Oh, hey, look at that map. That was fun.
Look at that dude. Look at Dorius.
Where's Marty?
Anyway, commentary got a bit less focused there at the end, kind of like manster, but that's what's gonna happen when your internet dies and you spend 10 tons on chapter 8. Thank you for watching. See you next time for chapter 10 only. Until this point, we've been seeing several chapters per episode, but next will just be just chapter 10 because there is a whole lot to talk about. I hope to see you there. Thank you, Bopper, for joining us, and
Oh, it was
goodbye.
fun. Thank you for having me.